Alright, so today I'm going to do a walk around on my Jeep. It's an '04 TJ Rubicon. I'm going to start with the outside stuff and then I'll move to the inside. So first off, I've got this Smitty built Stinger front bumper. And it's a pretty good bumper. I mean, I paid like $150 for it. And it has been through a wreck and still is pretty strong. I mean, it hasn't hurt it or anything, so I've kept it on there. But eventually, it's going to be replaced by something like Moto Built or Poison Spider. So here I've got the Smitty Built X2O 10,000 pound winch with the synthetic winch line and the Haas fair lead. I used to have some rigid dualies mounted here because I used to have the steel cable. I had them mounted on the roller fair lead, but when I got the synthetic line, I had to change fair leads, and then I didn't have anywhere to mount them, so I had to unplug them. But I'll be getting that the little mount that goes behind the fair lead here pretty soon. Next, we got these turn signals that I mounted in the grill. I got them from Harbor Freight. They were like $7 a piece. Or no, like $4 a piece, I'm sorry. And because I did that because I cut my fenders and I didn't have any turn signals on there, so I had to put some in the front. Next, I've got this high lift jack on my hood. It's the 52 inch, I think. It's either 52 or 54 inches. And those are mounted on the rugged ridge hood mounts. And it's starting to rain out here, so I'm trying to get this video done before it starts raining too bad. I've got these KC Slim Light spots. They're pretty much worthless. I just kind of like the way they look, so I've left them up here. That was like the first thing I did to my Jeep. This one got kind of destroyed, so it's held together by duct tape. Got destroyed on a wheeling trip, and so I got this dent here. Can't really see it very well on camera. So next here I've got my wheels and tires. My tires are 35 by 1250 R15s. They're general grabbers. And then my rims are 15 by 8 MB TKO rims. And I don't remember the back spacing. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up. For my lift, I've got the Rubicon Express short arm Superflex lift with adjustable uppers, and it's done pretty well. I mean, I wheel it somewhat hard, so and I haven't broken anything on it yet. I've had it for about 8 months, and I've pretty much beat the shit out of it, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. Eventually, I'm gonna upgrade to a Clayton long arm with the 3-link in the front and the 4-link in the rear. Probably do that here within the next 6 months or so. Next up, I've got the Undercover Fab ultra high clearance aluminum skid system. I think they call it the deep cover system, and it goes all the way up. It's got the engine skid and the belly skid, and I mean the belly skid is super thin. The stock one used to hang down to like right here, so it's like a good 2 or 3 inches closer to the frame than the stock skid. And here I've got some KC Cyclone rock lights. I had this held up here with a zip tie, but I don't know what happened. I guess it fell down. For my shocks, I've got the Pro Comp monotube shocks. They're like basically clones of the Bilstein 5100s, and they ride pretty great actually. I like them a lot. I was kind of skeptical about Pro Comp, but they've worked out pretty well for me, so I've kept them on there. My top is the Rampage bowelless soft top. I really don't care for it that much. It for some reason it doesn't really fit right on my Jeep. As you can see with the right here with the Velcro, it's supposed to be covered by the top. It's like that on both sides, so it's like too narrow. I don't know, it just doesn't fit right, and it's kind of cheaply made. The stitching is falling apart, as you can see right here above the E on Jeep Slop Shop. It's just not a very well-made top. I'd like to go with the Best Top NX, Trek Top NX, but I got this one for 200 bucks, so I figured I'd stick with it until it totally died. Exhaust, I've got the Banks Power Monster exhaust. It's a catback. It sounds pretty good. I like it. It's held up pretty well. I've got a little dent in it from wheeling, but that's no big deal. It doesn't really hurt it. I've got the stock Rubicon rocker guards. I probably won't upgrade those until I really break them or hurt them or something. My drive shaft, I've got an aftermarket Tomwood CV drive shaft in the rear, and in the front I actually don't have a drive shaft right now. The CV joint at the top of my stock front drive shaft just went out, so I'm in the process of getting a new one. Two-wheel drive for now. Also in the front I've got the Arctic lower control arm mounts. Don't know if you can see them too well. It's starting to rain, I'm getting all wet. And I've also got a Riddler front diff cover. Obviously, being the Rubicon, it's a Dana 484 on the front and a Dana 44 on the rear with stock air lockers. I've also got, sorry, I'm trying to get around this puddle here. There's a better view of the Arctic lower control arm mounts. So that diff cover, I've got the Poison Spider steering box skid, and I haven't been connected in like 6 months, so those are always up there on their pegs. The sway barring links, I mean. The extended stainless steel braided brake lines. Let's see what else I've got out here. I've got I want to say it's a 4-foot Fire Stick CB antenna on a Fire Stick antenna mount. There was another side. It's like this mount is for mounting things on like a rail. It's for like 18-wheelers, mounting them on their mirrors, on like the frame of their mirrors. It had another piece on the other side that was kind of rounded so that it would clamp onto something small. But I just put it on this hinge delete. That hinge delete is part of my Swag Off-Road drop-down tailgate conversion. It's got this latch here. You just open that up and then you gotta spin it, and then it comes down and it holds I think it's 400 pounds. It's got these that bolt into the sides here. So, and then I've got my sub in there. We'll get to that in a minute. I've got the Smittybilt Classic rear bumper with the D-ring tabs and the hitch receiver. I've also got Pro Comp flood dualies on the rear set up for reverse lights. And I've got these flush mount tail lights I got from Harbor Freight. They were like $7 a piece. And then I've got my bottle opener mounted also to that hinge delete. And I think that is about it for the outside. So that's the outside of the Jeep, and we'll move on to the inside. So on the inside, I've got my in-cab winch controls here. You flip up that switch, turns it on. Up is out, down is in. And then you flip it off and it kills the power so that it doesn't hurt it. Here I've got my axle lock switch. This one goes to the dualies in the rear. This is the dualies in the front. This is the KCs on the on the windshield. I've got my little USB charger thing with my ACL bottle opener. I've got the Cobra 19 Ultra 3 CB, the cheap little Walmart CB. It's like $36. I've got it mounted to my little change tray up here. Just screwed that in there. And I've got a Garmin navigation thing. This switch here is for my rock lights. It's actually a rigid switch, but I liked it better than the one they gave me. Actually, they didn't give me one, so that's why I used that one. Here I've got another in-cab winch control. This is more for like if I'm standing outside the Jeep. This is from 12-volt guy. You flip this switch, light comes on, in, out, and flip it back down. It kills the power. I've got my hula girl up here. Her name is Esmeralda. And I've got my my door limit straps here, and I've also got down here, I don't know if you can see it, there you go, this switch here kills the dome light and that annoying beeping when you have the doors off. That was actually in there when I bought the Jeep. The Jeep was totally stock other than that little switch right there, and it had some Tomb Raider edition wheels on it, but other than that, when I bought it, it was totally stock, and I've done all this stuff. So let's see what else I have in here. I've got Infinity audio speakers in the roll bar speakers, and then in the dash speakers I've got Pioneers, and I've got my Kenwood head unit, and let's see what else. I took out the carpet in the rear. I still have it in the front just because I've had it out in the front, but it kind of burns your feet whenever you put your foot up against the transmission tunnel, so I put it back in there. But yeah, I think that's about it for my Jeep. Like I said, it's an 04 Rubicon. Oh, I also took the roll bar padding off, but that was to make the top fit because it was too small. So yeah, that's my 04 Rubicon. I'm gonna make some more videos here. Hopefully later today I'll get some wheeling videos posted up. But comment, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.